Hello friends, welcome to the island of science. I hope you are enjoying the activities which I am giving you in last few videos, and I'm sure you would be doing it at home. Science is all about observation, doing. Today you are doing, tomorrow you will understand also. So in this video I am going to discuss a very interesting subject. I will show you something. Can you see? This is a piece of chalk. Now if I will ask you how much amount of substance is required to make this piece of chalk, what will you do? You have two options. One option, you will grind this into a smallest of the small pieces and tell me how many particles are used to make this much piece of chalk. And second option, you will weigh and you will tell me, okay, 10 gram of particles are used to weigh this chalk. So which one is convenient? I think second one is convenient, but first one is practical. Yes, this is what we need to understand. First method which I told you was grind these pieces into the smallest particle, and where the real science lie behind this topic which I am going to take today. Let us do something. I have told you that if you grind this piece of chalk into the smallest of the small particle, you will come to know that it is made up of many tiny particles. In ancient India, Maharishi Karnad told us that each and every object is made up of tiny particles, and we call these particles as Parmanu and Anu. That means in today's world we call it as molecules and atoms respectively. Now various other scientists, they did many experiments and they came to know that these atoms are also subdivided into smallest particle. So this also have a structure. Yes, let me tell you something interesting. As you can see, we have objects. It can be a piece of chalk, it can be a piece of plastic, any object you take from home. We have object. Objects are made up of small particles, as I told you. These molecules are further divided into atoms. Okay, if you break these particles, they can be divided into molecules and atoms. Now these molecules and atoms are further showing certain structure. You know our universe, we have sun at the middle and all planets revolve around this sun. Similar structure is present in atoms also. We have one center which we call nucleus, and this center is having two kind of particles. One is called as protons and another is called as neutrons. While this nucleus is surrounded by a string of electrons, and these electrons, they revolve around this nucleus. So this is the structure of atom which was given us by scientists through various experiments. Now here, if we study this structure, then we have two kinds of particles. One particle is charged particles. Some charged particles revolve around the nucleus and few charged particles are present at the nucleus. The one which revolve around the nucleus is electron, and the one which is present in the center of the nucleus is called as protons. While apart from these two, we have some uncharged particles which we call neutral particles. These are neutrons. And these neutrons are the one which is responsible for the mass of your object. Okay, so neutrons are the one which are present and which provide mass to this atom. So one thing is clear, if anything exists, it should have a mass. That means अगर कोई चीज़ है Yes, it is present. Then it should have a mass, because if anything exists, that means it has atoms. It has small tiny particles we call atoms, and these atoms carry neutrons at the center, and neutrons are the ones which are responsible for the mass of an object. One thing again coming in my mind, we all live in Mother Earth. I will show you something. I have this pen. If I leave this pen as it is without exerting any force, then you see what happens. It is going down. Anything I leave, anything, any object, it goes down. You know the reason why. Because we are living on the earth, and earth is having gravitational force. We know gravitational force on the earth is constant throughout? No. It varies from one place to other, but we take a constant value of gravitational force as 9.8 newtons. This thing is something which is interfering in our concept of mass. It is giving us a new concept. Yes, now I told you that this atom exists. So this is in the object, this atom is also present. This is very clear. Gravitational force exists everywhere. So gravitational force interacts with each and every object and its tiny particles which is present on this earth. We are living in earth, object is also on the earth, and this atom which is a part of this object is also on the earth. So gravity or gravitational force is also present or interacting with this object as well as this atom. So a new concept comes. The interaction which is present with the object or with the mass of an object is called as weight of that substance or weight of that object. Now, whatever matter is present in the object is its mass, and whatever gravitational force is interacting with that matter or mass of the object is called as its weight. Mass of an object is measured in terms of kilogram in MKS and grams in CGS unit. We all know 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams, and simply mass of an object can be obtained. Now for the weight of an object, we have a new factor which is gravitational force. Now this gravity, the value of gravity is constant throughout the earth, and that is 9.8. Now the value of gravity is when multiplied with the mass, then it is giving us the value of weight of that object. So for 1 kg of mass, if mass is 1 kg, then we multiply it with 9.8. So we have 9.8 as a weight of an object. How do we write unit of a weight? Unit of a weight is kgf, standard unit of the weight. The instrument which is required to measure mass of an object is beam balance, which we can see in any shopkeeper's place. Okay, or in Hindi we call it tarazu also. Now the instrument which is required to measure the weight of an object is spring balance. Now this spring balance is used in laboratories, sometime in measuring a bucket of water, or in old paper mart you can see spring balance. Okay, now we go a little bit about the functioning of this beam balance and spring balance. We have two factors. First, we have to find out the mass of an object. Second, we have gravity everywhere on the earth, so we have to balance gravity also. We have no problem with gravity as far as spring balance is concerned, or as far as we want to know the weight of an object. There is a problem when we want to weigh the mass of an object. Then how this beam balance work in balancing this gravitational force? In this beam balance, the first thing is we have this central rod where the center point should be defined so that both the sides of the balance should at the same level. Now both the sides should be attached with the equal sized vessel whose shape, size, everything should be equal. So the effect of this vessel should be nullified or it is cancelled. So these two vessels should be of same weight. The beam should be straight. Now to weigh in this beam balance, one first point which you need to consider is that both sides of the balance should be at one level. So gravity acting on this side is equal to the gravity acting on this side. So the gravity on both the sides is balanced. That means now gravity has no role to play in beam balance while weighing. Second point, we are going to use certain weights, a standard weights which carry a standard mass. Now we know that 1000 ml of water, 1000 ml of water at 4 degrees centigrade is equal to 1 kg. This is the standard which is accepted everywhere. So we have made this much kg, this much amount of weights in the form of metal which you find in various places. In shopkeeper's store you can go and you can easily see the 1 kg weight, 500 grams weight, 25 grams weight, 10 grams weight. So these standard weights are defined and these standard weights carry the defined amount of mass in it. So we have to keep mass on one side and the required object on other side, and once it is balanced the level becomes equal. That means whatever object is there, that is equivalent to the mass which is kept on other side of the vessel. So this is how beam balance work. Now spring balance have one metal strip. Inside this metal strip, on the upward part there is a spring attached to it and it is associated with one pointer. On the outer side of this we have markings. Now this markings, it starts from 0 and graduated according to the mass of weight of an object. Now at another side it is associated with one hook. Now if you hang anything over here, this pointer will pull down and it is pulled down according to the weight of an object you are suspending. Here mass of an object is present. On this mass of an object the gravity is also acting, whose value is 9.8 Newton as we all know. So gravity is pulling it down along with its weight. Bigger the weight, larger the gravity. So pull down will be more and it will show you more downward movement. This pointer is going to show you more downward movement and your reading will become more. So I hope you have understood now the functioning of beam balance, the functioning of spring balance. Nowadays, if you go to shopkeeper, they have different modern kind of balances in which the gravity is already balanced automatically through machines, and whatever the shopkeeper weighs, we get only the mass of an object. This is the spring balance I am talking about. This is a metal case outside and hook is on the downside. Now here it is marked as a grams. It is small spring balance and you can see here that one pointer is there. As I hang something on this pointer moves and the movement of this pointer is according to the weight, the smaller pull or the larger pull. It depends on the weight of an object suspended. and this pointer is associated with the spring which is present inside. The stretch of the spring directly proportional to the weight of an object which is suspended on the hook. I hope you enjoyed this session. You have learned a lot about mass and the weight. Now mass and the weight is not the same thing. Okay, mass of an object will remain same throughout. Size, shape, it does not make any difference. Mass of an object remains constant wherever you go. 1 kg potato will always remain 1 kg. It will never become 2 kgs automatically unless and until you add on something. Now suppose weight of an object. Weight of an object, it varies from one place to other place. So if its weight is 18 kgs on earth, then on moon how much its weight will be? Yes, it is 1/6 of the weight of object on earth. Why? Because gravity becomes 1/6 on moon. So its weight will be 3 kgs on moon. So likewise different planets you can calculate. You should know the mass and you will be able to calculate the weight of an object. So mass and weight don't get mixed up. If next time somebody will ask you your weight, then you should say your weight, and you can always calculate your mass also. So keep enjoying the video, like the video. If you have not subscribed the channel, so subscribe the channel and take the ticket for the new journey.